Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Star Ladder 2, and welcome back to the Bets.net Challenger Series. We're into our third game of the day, switching to the Fragsters versus Sprout matchup, the Danish versus the German squad. Bit of an interesting one, as usual, as all games seem to be here in my particular perspective. But I do got to admit that Sprout haven't got the best track record on this map. They've had a few good results, taking out Avantgarde, almost challengers during the major, and also one against Pride and Alternate Attacks in the past, but they've also been losing to various other teams, including Unity, Movie Star Riders, and Flipside. Admittedly, the Flipside result was quite a close one at 16-14, but still, not the best map for these guys in the overall pool versus the Fragsters squad, who have had a good amount of experience on it. Haven't always won against some of the bigger names, but when it comes to their own sort of level of tier, I think that they've had a decent run on trains. So I'll be honest, I think it's going to be quite a close one. I do hope that Sprout's overall performance and just general firepower does come to help them out here today, because I feel like there's a good chance that they could lose this one. Let's find out whether they will. The knife round is ready to go live. And the choice of side is ready to get decided between both squads. Oh, Crystal knives his own teammate. Oops. That actually may have given the knife to Fragsters right here. Ooh, 1v1. Interesting times. There we go. Fragsters will win out the knife round. They'll have the choice of side. I imagine they'll stick on CT. They tend to have a pretty decent CT bias, nothing major. So yeah, as I was expecting. Sprout, and you're readying up. Fragsters are all ready to go all the same. So here we go, straight into the pistol for the first half. Once again on train. Twice tonight we're going to see this map. Find out whether they'll make it 3 for 3 here on the Bets.net Challenger Series EU division. Crystal as the utility is playing support here for Sprout. Smoking 2 flashes. And Dragonfly has the defuse kit and smoke for his side. The ninja setup for the pistol round. Sprout going to go into Ivy immediately. 3 players will push, including that bomb. They're going to put the smokes and flashbangs out over into the A site immediately. Looks like Sprout are going to go with this delayed push in. Innocent making some noise, but spots out Bubsky. They turn their attention back here, and as a result, they could get flanked out. But they're so far holding a decent fight with Refresh back here towards the electric box, and the rest of his teammates have been picked up on Ivy. So just being the last man left alive in a 1 versus 4. Sprout crumbling to pieces against Fragsters. They get themselves the pistol start here on the CT side. Sprout not even getting a bomb plant. Will need to force the buy back here. Few Eagles coming out. 4th one coming out for Crystal. Will Spinny get it as well? Head Kevlar with a P250, so fair enough. Still gives you enough for utility sets, though. 2 smokes, 2 flashes, sorry, and a molly is what they have to play with right now here at the Sprout side. Out towards Ivy they'll go. Stavin going to be pushed back immediately from that particular position on Ivy, and Fragsters try and lock out a crossfire here between him and Dragonfly, but Dennis is still trying to force the issue. Dragonfly gets caught off guard, going aggressive. The Deagle takes them down, but Stavin has a quick trade back. Bubsky also going to rotate him with the support from the other side. Spiddy trying to take pop shots, but can't quite get the shot to land with the P250. And I can... Trying to find Bubsky. Does eventually land a good shot against him, but Stavin's held back behind the smoke. Will push on through, take Spiddy, and Icon will fall all the same. Icon will get Bubsky before he goes down, but that's still a 2-for-1 trade to a 3 versus 2 overall. Crystal's got this for Masto. Will Refresh spotted him. He knows where he is. I think he spotted out Innocent as well. Will take the fight. Trying to deal with 2 players at once. Torbeniodon has to do some damage and does take down Innocent. Leaving it all on Crystal. They know where he is. Refresh will eventually fall, but Stavin is here towards Ivy, and he will get himself the 4th kill in the round. 2-0 start from Fragsters. Some very good individual performance from this CT side to get things started. And Sprout, again, no bomb plants will be forced down to the eco. Blocks coming in, the P250 of course for Iken once again. Stavin has himself the Bison right here. Could farm up serious money against these guys. 3 players held up here. Ooh, tag up from Crystal, and yeah, Stavin will make it. 3 frags in total, bomb dropped as well. Easy money for the SMGs as they clean house against Sprout. Dennis just left alone here. Couldn't even get a frag out of kitchen. Clean sweep there for Fragsters. 3-0 start for the CT side. And the buys will come through from Sprout. The AWP getting dropped immediately by Stavin. Got a decent payday from holding out in Brown Halls and Apartments. And Dragonfly has the AWP to play with. Let's see where he puts it here on the Fragsters CT hold. Into a connector. Could actually be a decent shout. Out into the T-con position. It looks like that's exactly where he's going to be going. Looking for this first frag against the Sprout T side, but no one is on a good spawn, so they won't actually go for this. They'll actually go into Brown Halls and lurk in Ivy for Dennis. Refresh smoked away and flashing his way out of Electric Box. They're just trying to settle the backstab. Meanwhile, Sprout have gone very aggressively into upper, spraying down the first man. But Dragonfly with the AWP and quick rotation shuts down Iken for a quick one-for-one trade and looking in for a little bit more. His CT teammates are a little bit far away. The rotations are a bit slow, but Dragonfly will still peek out, take down Innocent for the second frag to his favor. Got some more players to find. And meanwhile, a counter backstab coming in from Dennis. Of course, he's locked all the way around from Ivy. And the CTs may not be expecting this at all. They definitely are not. Speedy's going to take down Stavin. Refresh takes out Crystal. And now this could still work out to the favour of the CT side. Eventually Dragonfly locks on through but can't get the frag on the man. Speedy will go down and Refresh finishes off Genis. The defuse will get stuck. They should have just enough time with the defuse kit. And the 4th round will be on the board from Fragsters. Just about well dealt with, and the backstab coming in from Refresh first. Dennis took a little bit too long with his, and as a result, Sprout suffered the consequences. But the bomb plant, at least, so could go for a decent half play in this next round. That's exactly what they're going to be doing. Head Kevlar out for several players. But a double AWP from Fragsters. This is a map where this works so well. We've already seen it with Pride. Eliminating Venatorus with good AWP play just a little under an hour ago. Let's see if Fragsters can replicate the exact same performance and put it into effect against Sprout. It is early faces and early aggression. Ivy, Refresh will catch off the first one of Crystal though. Looks in for the second. Speedy with 2 kills of his own with his Deagle. Looking for his third right here, but Refresh is the man that wins out the 3k on this lone man. Dennis can't tap his way to victory on that particular regard. Dragonfly will get forced away. They've actually dropped one of the AWPs that Fragsters have. Passive positions are being held. Tor Beniadorn looking ready to push in towards A2. Refresh caught off guard on the backstab. Dennis expecting it this time, but no. Still winning out the Angel with the CT side, and they just do damage per damage. Unfortunately, that Incendiary doesn't land where they want to either, making it a little bit more difficult for Fragsters overall. But 3 versus 2, 26 HP in total. Bomb picked up on the hands of Dennis. Will get the bomb planted. So the very least, Sprout have that much, but they've got to work against the 3 overbearing CTs with lots of help and lots of weaponry. Labenia then, lots of one side. They know that they're low here. They know they must be lit for days. Refresh going to catch up. Dennis does take him down, and Icon's the last man left. The AWP dealt with by Dragonfly. Refresh with a 4k overall in that defensive. Tor Beniadent is going to hold on to that second AWP for Fragsters. The 5th round will go to the favour of the CT side. And so far, Sprout is yet to get started. Icon catches Dragonfly off to kick things off, however, taking out the first CT, aggressing into Ivy. Sprout do finally find their first opening frag. Stavin, however, quick to trade him back out, takes the AWP back out with that second AWP in play. From that CT side, again, it's been effective so far tonight. Let's see if it does even more work here for Fragsters. 4 versus 4 as the utility pulls in. Dennis will take their refresh, but before then, he has a good angle on this and getting aggressive and shutting him down. Rotates back off into B. The CT's reaggress. Meanwhile, on the A site, it's Bubsky to challenge from Tikon. Can't quite get this frag. Meanwhile, Torbenidon takes out Crystal, making his way down from ramp, not finding anything. Bubsky still staying alive just above the fire. And creeping around, trying to find a good angle on Sprout. 2 versus 3. Dennis isn't spotted. He will take out Bubsky as a result. Look for the next man here, and Stavin going to get forced back towards Ivy. The Molotov should push it back a little bit further, allowing Spiddy a safe plant, but no, he goes peeking back in for Torbenidon. And we'll take him down, leaving all up to the AWP here for the CT side. The last man left in a 1 versus 2. Stavin just sandwiched between 2 players. Double peeking him from 2 different angles. Missing that first AWP shot. They just sprayed on his Achilles heel. For the first round on the board for Sprout, finally, after a bit of a difficult start here, the CT side will still have a buyback, however. There's plenty of time to recover the situation. Quickly out on this one. Once again, Sprout going aggressive in towards Brown Halls. Haven't quite made this default work unless they've been going for the A split. Actually going to go quickly into B once again. Let's see if Fragsters will deal with this all the same. Dragonfly gets the first on Crystal, but Icon's quick to trade. The bomb will go down. No player covering the cross, and the 2 T-side players will push up on Connector. Spinny right in the heart of the CT hole will take down Stavin. And Dragonfly is forced to get backed up here by Bubsky, desperately trying to look for this frag against Dennis to try and stay. And a decent shout. Dragonfly will peek out. Refresh will take down another. And Innocent is left alone in a 1v3 situation. Takes Dragonfly, takes the AWP out at least. But that's all he will find. The Sprout look to get reset here. Fragsters will take a 6-1 scoreline, and the T side are only working off of their saved cash lumps. And the loss bonus, which actually is a lot more than I was expecting, to be honest. This could still be a decent round from them. If they want to buy up, that is. What are they going to do? They're going to go for the force. Dennis with the AWP. I imagine AK should come out for Crystal. Spiddy not going to quite go for it. He's going to go to Deagle Armor. Actually, no, they're not going to fully commit to this one. This is very awkward. This is a very CIS-style buy. I was not expecting to see this out of Sprout. Oh, Dennis immediately out towards Ivy. Run boosting his way in, trying to gain control that much. It does force Stavin back. This AWP needs to get some frags in order to put something on the board here for the T side. They get shut down now. Well, that's just going to be the end of it. Dragonfly, 2 nice peeks and picks. Dennis and Innocent, first 2 to fall. AWP out of play. Spiddy does pick it up, pass it out to Icon, see what he can do with it. Haven't seen much from Sprout, secondary AWPer. They've still got 60 seconds left to go on this clock, so what do you boys got for us? 3 players are going to stack their way back into Brown Halls on ramp. Icon's going to do work with this AWP. Some shots being put down. Torbenny then. And they put the incendiary down, try to stall for as much time as he can. It's Icon to peek out and get that frag with the AWP, but Dragonfly's covering it off, looking for Crystal. Fluffs the first shot, looks back in for the second, can't quite land the second flick. And Crystal will take the opportunity to get up close and personal on Oil and out towards Connector. Picks up an M4 that's been dropped. Bubsky knows where he is, and he's taking some tag damage. Sprays on through, shuts Crystal out of the action. Stavin will peek up from the other side of Oil, trying to find Spiddy. Spray, tap, damage. Can't get him, and Ike caught out in the open. Can't put the AWP to work. He goes forward like a stab and picks off Spitty. Finally, the second round in a row for the Fragsters side. Sprout have 4 AKs now in this next buy here for the T side. UMP for Crystal. Awkward as for Sprout's rifle. Up against the double up setup from Fragsters could still put paid to it. They've managed to do damage enough to keep them down on their money line. Thanks to this buy up, it could still be a reset opportunity for Sprout. Gonna go aggressive. They've got a lot of smoke to cover them off. Crystal will get up close to Cursor against Bubsky, but Bubsky will take them down. Refresh and Dragonfly try him on through as well. It's easy pickings for Fragsters right now. At the very least, Refresh will get traded, but the bomber's being dropped and Fragsters know where it is. Locking out from Connector in A1. Icon and Speedy desperately trying to find a way back in, and Icon may have just found it right there, taking out Dragonfly. Speedy takes down Bubsky, but Torbeniaden takes Icon, leaving all up to Speedy for the 3K clutch, tapping his way. Stabber knows exactly where he is, locking on with his AWP. Got to land a single shot, and he will find it on the utility belt with a lone man left. 8-1, favor of Fragsters. Again, Sprout have done a lot of damage. 1 AWP and 2 M4s out of play. They forced the buy now. They could do a bit more. They could take a round, steal a round away from Fragsters. That'll be a reset. Then they could put themselves back on track, because right now Fragsters have won at the first half of the CT side. Sprout will start to move up and around in brown halls and drop Pop Dog. Got a contest with 1 man here. Refresh. Crystal just tapping out those windows, ready and waiting to jump down. Can't quite see them. 60 seconds still remain here for these guys, so a lot left to do. Sprout going to retake, we'll push back into the T composition, looking like they're going to hit A. But they are waiting for something out here from Fragsters. They can't just let this round go. None of them will make any money. That only means bad things for the Sprout setup in the next round. Smokes go down from Bubsky to stall them for enough time, and they've got to go. They've got to move now. No other chance. 15 seconds on this push. This is so risky from Sprout, and it will just prove the point. Bubsky and Dragonfly combine, wiping them all out. Sprout, even if they were able to break through, they would have been damaged up so hard. I don't know what else they could have done. Especially if that bomb was dropped, that would have been it. You know, first frags are the favourite Fragsters. Way too low on time right there for Sprout. But it was an eco round, and they have the AKs out for this one. Head Kevlar and a decent stack utility as well, just pushing out in towards the defaults once again. Trying for Ivy control again. They're going to leave Pop Dog to the favour of the T-side Fragsters, but they will incendiary out to keep Crystal from peeking in and trying to look for some pop shots. Meanwhile, Icon and Co. leading the charge up through Ivy. Can't get the frag on Stavin. Not yet, at least. Grenade damage from Sprout as well. Crystal peeks up, takes top shots, trying to see if he can take Refresh down, but he can't find these frags. Can't connect these bullets for that matter. And 60 seconds remain. Dennis will push up. Try find someone here from the Fragsters side, but no one is available. And Dennis does catch Stavin off guard, so that's the first pick. Dennis has got to be wary of Bubsky, though. He's been trying to cover off both Ivy and T-Con right now. He'll take down Innocent, looking for this second one, but he peeks into a double face from Sprout. 2 versus 3 now for the CTs as Spiddy will pick up the bomb, try to get it planted for default, it seems. So Benny then. Can't see any one of these T-set players. There's too much smoke, too much vision block in the way. To be a push in from Ivy and Pop Dog if they want to try and make this work. Spiddy just creeping in and around, trying to see if he can get a decent, solid bomb plant, but he's just waiting. Does eventually go down. Refresh dealt with towards Pop Dog, leaving all up to the last man. 1 versus 3, and Spiddy just taps his head right off. No wasting time with that one. And 9-2. Still a far gone scoreline for Fragsters, but if Sprout can claw back the next 4 rounds, and it would be at least a salvageable half, and maybe the CT side could go a little bit better. If Fragsters reset them now, though, I'm not too sure about the German squad. The Danes might have control of this one, at least they do for now. Look at Stavin. Oh, they don't expect this, and Icon will pay for it. Straight in, frag, and jump right back out again just to save it. The grenade, actually, this could land on Dennis. Oh, this is beautiful. The damage is so good. Crystal will take down Refresh with this stack jump into Pop Dog, but it's still a 2-for-1 trade to the favor of Fragsters. Upski will peek out from T-Con. Does get tagged up, but only by a small margin. Incendiary will keep the T-side away for the moment. 55 seconds will remain. Stavin's got Innocent caught off guard as the CTs just work off of the gaps in Sprout's defensive. Spiddy and Crystal. 2v4 against everyone from Fragsters except Refresh. He's looking for Stavin as well. Does catch the backstabber off guard at least. Peak does come in from ramp. Hands of Crystal, but again, not much Sprout can do here. Shot from Dragonfly. Oh, quick scope lock. Spiddy and Crystal fall victim to the hands of the Fragsters Orpa as he picks up the last 2 frags that are around. Fragsters once again reset. Sprout side. There's an eco out for Sprout right now. There is nothing left in the tank for them for this one. They've got to make these pistols what already Dennis has flashed off. Does catch Stavin off guard, actually. M4 in his hands, so Fragsters for once are going to get punished for their over-aggression. If Dennis can get that M4 out to Icon, then maybe we could be working with something here for Sprout, but still, it's still a lot of rifles to the favor of Fragsters up against 1 to the favor of Sprout. Innocent will also peek up. Torbenian is pushed away, so they are playing kind of scared here, the Danish side. Dragonfly trying to get this AWP pick as well. Can't quite find anyone here from Sprout. Bubsky picks up Spiddy. Hands it back to a 4 versus 4 eventually, and Dragonfly does find Icon moving in from the green train. Dennis trades in back. Drops the AWP to a 3 versus 3, but still they've got 3 M4s to work with here. Fragsters good incendiary well from Bubsky. Actually not quite as good as where I thought it could be. Innocent trying to find Bubsky, trying to look for this one dig. He does take him down. Refresh is still in connector though. Can still shut down Dennis if he's good on his particular position. And Torbenian then going to creep in from connector, play the close range angle. Oh, spotted out. 180 on Crystal. Looks for the name man of Innocent, but he can't quite do it. It's Refresh in a 1 versus 2. He picks up Dennis. He knows where the last is as well. Peeks out, takes a spray, and does win it out for the CT side. Sprout will get the bomb plant, but it's not enough. Refresh, what is he looking for? Deagle, fair enough. Diffuse kit, he's got plenty of time to get this diffuse together, so he'll go hunting for whatever weapons he can find. 11-2 going to the favour of Fragsters. I was hoping that Sprout would have a bit more of a fight, considering the names that you see on this roster. I would have hoped that the experience would have helped them deal with Fragsters, who relatively are a new team, sort of, in this scene, a relatively young team. Dragonfly, oh, straight in. Clinical on Icon, shutting him down. Crystal refresh, takes down Dennis at least. Crystal will trade him out, so 1 for 2. Again, favour Fragsters. A Sprout to struggle and struggle to gain control of anything, of the map, of the rounds, of the kills, of the man advantage. Bubsky's pushed up T-Con. Crystal, I think, spotted his gun barrel, and he'll take him out for it. So finally they even up things, but when the push comes in, all hell breaks loose, and Sprout don't look like they're on point. Two flashes out. Well, one flash in the smoke, I should say, actually. 40 seconds remain for this team side to find something here. There you go. Smokes go down. Dragonfly catches Innocent off guard. Jumps his way over to Yellow, trying to find a good position. The grenades will land, but he'll stay alive. Torbenia then takes down Crystal with speed. Just left across straight into the Orps play. A 3K for Dragonfly as Fragsters just make it look so easy against Sprout. It's almost not even a challenge for these guys. Sprout with one final force buy to get a pistol buffer at least here on this map, else it's just going to be probably game, set, and match to Fragsters, especially if they win that pistol. Hell, even if they do get a pistol buffer and Fragsters win the pistol, they probably still will win the map. Of course, this is a best of one, so it's only one map for these guys to play. A broken bright for Sprout. No AKs, just the Galil as the best weapon they have. A UMP also for Dennis. Deagle CZ for Innocent and Spiddy. Crystal has the Scout Sniper. That's up against an Orpa Dragonfly, and he'll line them up. Take one and the second. Peeking in for the third. Doesn't quite find Dennis, but it doesn't matter. There's more CTs here to support Torbenia then. Getting the smokes down, the Incendiary stalling for as much time as he can. Stabber's going to get up aggressive. Does get picked off by Spiddy, but does enough damage to the point where he should get traded out. Dennis is going to go aggressive. He'll get taken down by Torbenia then. Crystal will take out one with the 1D, and a Scout out could take Dragonfly, and indeed he does. Crystal up for the clutch right here. Going to land the head of Refresh, climbing up the ladder. Poor, poor timing. And as a result, it will be a 13th round on the board for Fragsters. 2 rounds they received, both of which were reset in the next one afterwards. What more do you say? Sprout just not looking good today. Not looking good at all. No player performing above merit at the moment. Not posting the numbers. 12 to 13 is the best they have. Spiddy, the most impactful player. The rest of them just not showing up at all. Don't want to call it game over. I think it's going to be game over. If Fragsters win this pistol, then it's just going to mean more to the point. Crystal's got the defuse kit and the smoke ninja set up once again. He may have to rely on that more than we may expect. Fragsters in the default. Don't have any utility. They've got the full sets of Kevlar across the board here for the T side. Sub towards Ivy, trying to find a good connection on a Sprout player. Find an opening frag to their favour, which would just, again, make things worse and worse and worse for Sprout until eventually they don't have any opportunity here. Flashbangs come through to Benny Eden. Just a fake, actually, a decoy. And actually does fake them out. They do get pushed away from the Ivy position as a result. 2 frags come through for Fragsters as they get aggressive. Stavin spots his teammates, lines up several players, gets a good connection. Icon, low ammo. It does eventually have to get reloaded. And Icon's going to be the last man left here with a USP and a dream. He takes himself 2 frags, looking for his third on Bubsky. He's going to land ahead. He takes it. Just about holding on for Sprout. Clutching when he needs to. And Sprout, that is a play that will energize you back into the game right here. Fragsters not getting the bomb plant. After force buying this next round, and yeah, they are going to go for a force out. Scout, CZ, Deagles. I'm trying to get the first shot on someone right here. Icon. Spotted. Not going to scope in. Stavin's going to wait for this. Ooh, gets a very nice shot, but not a headshot. Icon stays alive. The second phase, actually, Stavin's going to take him down. Will bang a shot. Innocent will also re-aggress Bubsky. Digging his hand has to land this first shot. Is not going to happen. Aim punch is going to hurt him. G's do their work. Crystal also gets traded out by Torbeni then, so they are doing decent damage with these pistols. Again, an MP9 to play with for Fragsters. 3 versus 3. Still time to work with. Still opportunities opening up. They just got to be careful not to run into one of these Sprout players blind. Like Innocent could be trying to force the issue here towards Stavin. Scout's gotten 1 frag, can't do much more than this. 40 seconds remain. Here for the frags to decide to push in. Speedy's also setting up the backstab. Torbeni then goes falling. Dragonfly spotted. Innocent will shut him down, leaving it all up to Stavin as the last man left. Speedy's going to hear this. Also probably going to realise to connect the dots that he is low. I think the best they can get is the bomb plant out of this one. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what Stavin's going to go for, but already CT has responded. He's forced back into Heaven corner, trying to take a scout shot, doesn't get Dennis. And Speedy's playing close to lock down the last. It's a 4th round on the board for Sprout. Just biding their time until the rifle round can come together. Fragsters will be looking for the end of it. Glocks out for Fragsters. Fully eco for these guys. Not much left for them. Just this decoy for Torbeni then. Let's see if we can use that once again to fake a flash back in. Speedy would take Bubsky out to kick things off. And again, that's kind of how you expect this whole thing to go, the range game. Being played to a T right now by the CT side. Keeping their distance, taking the frags relatively easily. Although that being said, the distraction caused towards A has given Fragsters a bomb plant towards B. So this just means extra money for them to be working with. Crystal will look for this frag and will take down Stavin relatively easily again. No HP, no armor. But again, Fragsters get the bomb plant on an eco means that the next round they're going to have quite an amount of money. Yeah, look at that. Enough for a fully fledged buy. The AWP coming out from Dragonfly immediately. Been deadly in the first half. And almost everyone's going to have a full set of utility. It's only Dragonfly handicapped by 1. 5 smokes, 10 flashbangs, 4 Molotovs in total for the T side. They can still make this work. They can still shut this down now. Sprout have had their lifeline. They need to connect these rifles together with their own accord. Go quickly into these setups. Smoke's going down. Speedy going to get a good grenade in. Doesn't land. Nope, doesn't do a lot of damage. Only 1 point onto Bubsky. Which is something, but it ain't majorly significant. Fragsters will find Innocent first. They have Dragonfly gets that pick at close range. And meanwhile, Crystal's going to peek up a T-Con, look for a refresh. He does find him. AWP trying to see if he can get the trade back as Sprout do kind of make the T-Con aggression work, but they've got to be careful to get out when they can. Crystal with an M4. Good engagement. Meanwhile, Fragsters will flash their way in and drop down into pop low position, take that small amount of map control, set themselves up. Crystal will have to rotate away as a result. Try to see if he can take this engagement. He doesn't know, he doesn't expect Bubsky to be here. And will get taken down for it. Man advantage back once again for Fragsters. 35 still to remain. Iken picks off Stavin. So 3 versus 3. It's AWP looking at the cross as well. Looks for Torbeni, then takes him out the action. But Frags is so easy to trade, so quick to trade. Bubsky picking off Dennis and Iken, looking for his 3rd kill. Has got to try and find it against Dragonfly. Indeed, he does drop in the bomb. And suddenly it's Bubsky alone with 15 seconds left to try and recover this. Iken lands ahead for the 4th. And a 6th round will remain on the Sprout side. A pause out for Sprout. Technical in nature because Innocent has dropped for some reason. We'll find out why that is in a couple of moments, I'm sure. So give them as much time as they need to get their Polish 5th back in the server. And Sprout mostly a German roster, but they got this young blood from Poland back during the Penta Sports days. For those of you who remember that. Come to think of it, it's coming up to a year since that Penta Sports lineup was formed. That's insane. Sprout, this is the perfect opportunity to go over their strats in their heads, discuss amongst themselves how they're going to try to pull this scoreline back. So far, they've gained every single round on their CT side. They've only been 4, but it has meant 13-2 to 13-6 is where we have come from since the start of the half. In fact, as I was saying earlier, they have a slight T-side bias when it comes to their previous results on train. So I'm very surprised that they aren't actually coming up with something to go against Sprout. Have a chance right here to maybe break the momentum that the CT side has and try and do something with this half bite. Money left to spare and max loss bonus. After that, they'll have the rifle. They can do damage to Sprout, it's possible. But for now, it is just a small little waiting game, if you will. Of course, if you are a Norwegian or Polish fan, you'll know that after this match, we currently have Noreg and Venatoris scheduled for when this one is over. We did have Game Agents versus Venatoris, but unfortunately Game Agents have decided against it. They have to double book themselves into another tournament. Yeah, Noreg going to be back on our screens in what's scheduled to be 10 minutes time, but I imagine this match may go on for a little bit longer than that. It depends how long it takes for Fragsters, if it takes Fragsters enough to get these last 3 rounds. Okay, then, here we go. Fragsters versus Sprout. Still 3 rounds away for the T side. Double up set up from Sprout as well. Dennis and Icon, what can they do with this one? And all of the CT side have actually quite stepped up quite significantly since that first half, so maybe the opportunity is still brewing. But again, there's a half buy in play. Great grenade to kick things off. Refresh from Bubsky down around that halfway marker HP. One minute 10 still left to go. Plenty of time for Fragsters to recover. 2 flashes to work with, and a smoke that just got tossed. Flashbang's come over. Icon's trying to lock this one down. The Incendiary will stall for enough time, but this smoke will still be up for a few more seconds after it clears. Here we go. Icon, first man on refresh. Torbenia then takes down Crystal. Cross-lock from Icon as he gets himself the double. Looks in for the triple. Can't quite land it on Bubsky, but a P250's out, and he'll get it either way. Dropping a bomb, leaving Dragonfly as the last. Innocent clears up the rest of it. It's the 7th round on the ball for Sprout, but Fragsters with a buy up now. AKs galore. Or could get bought by Dragonfly if he wanted to go armorless. Five AKs out from Fragsters will do the one to go for here. Default setup as usual here for all this T side. Shots ring out with the utility. Icon getting very, very close to landing one of these shots, but quickly in here from the T side. They're not going to waste any time. Small one way to try and cover off refresh. Meanwhile, Dennis towards the outside. He gets a good quick scope on Staven. Icon picks up Dragonfly as well. 3 versus 5. Refresh trying to pick up Crystal, but he can't take him down, as it leaves only 2 left for Fragsters. Make it just 1 against 4. Torbenia then. I don't believe he can do this. It's too much for him. 8 rounds now on the board for Sprout. Fragsters are now suddenly struggling. They've only gotten 1 bomb plant so far this half. And Sprout are starting to mount the comeback. This is suddenly entirely possible now for the T side. Fragsters will still force it together though. Armor, pistols, and a Galil for Torbenia then. I guess you can consider it a bit of a half quasi, if anything else. There is still a little bit of money left in the bank here for Fragsters. The utility set up to go into the B site. 3 smokes. Smoke cross, smoke connector. 1 more spare to re-smoke down further down the line. Spitty going to counter smoke this one as the Molotovs and the rest of the utility rings in from Fragsters. Here we go. They push out Spitty. Looking for the frags Dennis. They get it, but Spitty turns around on towards 1 and the second very, very quickly indeed as the T-side try their hardest to get a bomb plant. Eventually Staven will take down Spitty, but now he's got to focus on actually getting this bomb plant. He's going to get taken out by Icon instead, focusing on the kills more than the objective. And as a result, Dragonfly will fall all the same. It's going to be a 9th round on the ball for Sprout. 1 more rifle buyout from Fragsters with the AWP coming on Dragonfly. Can he do this? This first peeking from Dennis, however, to shut down Staven. As Fragsters get denied once again the opener. Out here towards Ivy. Dragonfly looking in, trying to catch someone off here, but no one is going to peek up. Refresh covering off the other side. Ooh, spots one man, takes him down. Dennis traded back to a 4 versus 4. Speedy, however, trades. Take Bubsky. Refresh is very, very low indeed. Very little for them to do right here. Torbenia then actually has pushed in and taken the brunt of the aggression together. Ooh, but the bomb's going to get caught off guard by Crystal. That's it. Round over. Nothing Sprout can do, or sorry, nothing Fragsters can do other than try and pick their way back to victory, but bomb out in such a ridiculous position. Dragonfly knows that Icon's here, trying to get a good shot on him. It's AWP versus AWP. And Icon trying to shoulder peek it, trying to get Dragonfly back away from here. Torpedo, meanwhile, he's got the flank. He's going to take down Icon. He's got a good angle on this one. Smoke goes down. Icon dead and buried. 2 versus 2 now. Fragsters back in this, but they got 30 seconds to work with. The CTs have set up the crossfire here on the bomb. No, it's been dropped in Pop Dog. Never mind. Luck is on their side today. Pop flash in. Torbenia then trying to get a good angle here. Peeks up. Dragonfly, meanwhile, taking out Crystal, leaving it all up to Spiddy as the lone man left. He's going to rotate 12 seconds. Torbenia then going to get the bomb plant, leave it up to the AWP to rock out the cross. Spot Spiddy and does take him down. Finally, after 6 grueling rounds this half, Fragsters put their first T-side round on the board. But they've got a large economy to come up against here. Sprout going to buy in with a double AWP setup, and in the next round they will have another buy as well. It was a tough graft for Fragsters. To try and recover that situation, a 4v2. Look at this instant aggression coming in from the T's, an instant revitalization of life, but Crystal's going to try to shut it down, take the AWP out of action. Refresh caught off guard from T-Con. Forced to back off away. Torbenia then better be on point, but he's not. Spiddy shuts him down. And once again, Fragsters left with very little left in the tank. Bubsky will still take down Icon. Crystal will trade him right back out. Refresh trying to recover it. Still trying to take down Crystal back here towards the electric box. 3 versus 2. As Crystal does fall, and Stamina has the bomb pushing up into Brown Halls. Refresh pinned down in a corner. Dennis. P250. AWP trying to push up against him, trying to force him out of position. He can't quite do it, not just yet. Taps for victory. 55 seconds remain for the T side. Innocent on the backside as well. This is it. Stabbing down. Bomb drop. Surely there's nothing that Refresh can do this time. 1v3. P250 spots him. Dennis picks up the final frag. Sprout once again reset Fragsters. Seven rounds in a row, followed by a reset. Sprout are looking solid on this comeback now. This is entirely possible for the CT side. And back into their own. Fragsters have found so little so far. Crystal, great grenade. 66 on Refresh. That's already a bad start from Fragsters. He's not out of the game just yet. Going to run down. Crystal will take down Refresh. Look for his second man here in Bubsky. Triple kill on Dragonfly. Can't get Torbenia down, but it doesn't matter because he's done his damage. He's done the work. Torbenia then going to put the smoke down as well. Try to cover off a position to move in from. But Sprout have loads of players right here and a gap in the fence for Dennis. To take down Stavin. Leave it all up to Torbenia then. Molotov that position. Pushing into the site. So little room to work with. Once he starts planting this bomb, they will have him locked down. Icon looking into the right-hand side. Actually, he takes him down. They'll know he's here on site now. Jumps down, trying to take Dennis out of the action. Sprays him out, but 1 HP. No way he should be able to win this. He will get the bomb plant at least, so extra money for Fragsters. But he's got to land perfect hits on Innocent and Spiddy. And it's just not going to happen. A Sprout make their way within 3 now for the Fragsters lead. 4 P250s for Fragsters in this round. They're going to try save it to get into another rifle, but they need to take it away in order to get to this match point that they have been clawing at for the longest time now. Sprout looking for 12. The comeback is ready. The CT side to take it all away here from the Fragsters. A little over a minute left. They'll stack in Pop Dog. Double flash smoke for Torbenia then. They'll drop that bomb back and start to set things up. The smoke should go down towards one side. Flash ready for the next one. And Dennis will try it. Look out, take a move, take some crop shots down, completely blind. Flashbang and smoke, he still gets himself a double regardless. With 2 P250 headshots and the rest of his teammates are there to support him. It is easy for Sprout once again on the CT side. Double AWP from Dennis and Icon. Single AWP for Dragonfly. 4 AKs to play with. Fragsters with this buy need to lock out a round. They need to lock out 2 rounds, to be more specifically. Now Sprout will reset and more than likely take us to overtime. Only a handful of possibilities. Fragsters need to find one that gives them the edge and gives them the victory right here, else it will be all over. What was a very solid start, but it turned into a disaster for the Danes. Dragonfly needs to put something together with this AWP as he starts to set his teammates up. Spiddy with the incendiary down. It does get smoked away. Here we go. Fragsters in. Spiddy gets the first on Staven. Dennis looking for blind shots. No, he'll focus fire on the AWP. Dragonfly shut him down for a 2-for-1 trade. He will go falling. But he's done all the damage that he can. Torbenia then takes down Speedy to the 3 versus 3 as the bomb gets planted. Innocent backstab. Bubsy is ready for it, but he's not ready to take the frag as Innocent doubles down. Leaves it all onto Torbenia then. 1 man versus 3. Tapped up by the P250. Icon shuts him down. And Sprout are looking hot as hell at the moment. The pause has to come through from Fragsters. I'm surprised they didn't call it out a few rounds earlier, to be honest. During that last rifle, it would have been handy. But after 11 round victories for Sprout on this CT side, Fragsters will finally realise something is wrong and they have to take a pause for it. Here we go. Fragsters going in with a half bite. Max loss bonus. And the next round means they will have enough for a half hit. It looks like Sprout may get their way up to 14-14, just off the basis of what Frags have to work with right now. They've got to go for some sort of hit here. They have the utility to do so. 3 smokes, myriad of flashbangs, about 4 in total. Go for early Ivy control here, the Fragsters T side. But Innocent knows that they're here. The smokes are down to cover them off for a few seconds. This bomb has basically committed at this point. $50 seconds left. Flashbangs, utility, Fragsters trying to make their way in. Dennis call out guard in the corner with the AWP. He gets taken down. Finally, Starvin with something to work with, passes it out to Dragonfly. Dragonfly, come on, mate. Hit something with this AWP as Icon takes down Bentley, and then Dragonfly finally picks up Innocent and looking for Icon. His second AWP is right here. He peeks in and takes Icon down. 2 versus 4. Finally, he shows up for his T-side in a huge manner of form, but he's got to get his plant down, and Crystal's ready for this one. Flashbang smokes come over. Dragonfly doesn't know where to look. There's a CT right behind him and in front of him. His teammates aren't covering off A2. Stavin has got to peek out, does spot Speedy, does take him down. And the tactical will finally put something on the board for the Danes. It's Crystal in a 1v3. A deagle for Refresh to shut him down. And he will take that free kill in its entirety. 15-13. Fragsters. 1 away now to close out this game and this match. Double up set from Sprout, been so far so good for them. If they get this round now, they'll reset Fragsters and probably take us to overtime as well. Is entirely possible right here for the T side. They have 1 minute and 30 to work out a strat that puts them past the finish line. Once again, Sprout have control towards Pop Dog into the B site. Aggressive as it may be. Refresh going to stack up and try to drop in. Crystal's right here, ready and waiting for these frags, and he gets both of them. Not how Fragsters wanted to go out. They at least have bomb control, this T side. A silver lining. But that's all it is, a silver lining. They've still got to contend with a 2-man advantage for the Sprout side. In a round that would literally put them over the edge. In a round that should have put them over the edge. They will get picked apart once again. Crystal pushing up. Does get dealt with by Bubsky on that trade, but he just did so much more damage. 25 seconds left. Dragonfly will catch Speedy off. 2 versus 3, but the bomb on Bubsky is already saving in this round. Fragsters don't have a choice. The Sprout make it up to 14. They have an AWP and an AK on a reset here. And they are in desperate need. Pause from Refresh. Tactical. Understandable. Right here. They've really got to discuss this whole thing through. They were 13-2 up at the half. And now they still lead, but Sprout have made up so much ground. A full buy will be able to get scraped together by Fragsters. AWP on Dragonfly, but Dragonfly, mate, please. I know you're top fragging right now. Not only for your squad, but in the server, only tied with Icon, but these last few rounds you've done... Well, you haven't done anything particularly, but I think that's part of the problem. You've been quite quiet, mate. (15-14), 1 for Fragsters to win it, 1 for Sprout to tie it up and go to OT. Dragonfly gets the first on Innocent. Here we go, Fragsters. Now flashing their way into the site itself. It's instant peek-ups from Bubsky, who's trying to find Dennis as the first man out here. Meanwhile, the players push on through, and Dennis gets taken down. Players on site. Crystal picks up 1, looks for Refresh to the second. Speedy on 1 HP, and it looks like they have just done it. Sprouts crumble to pieces on the push coming through. Icon Molotov'd away. AWP in his hands, and he's not going to last against Dragonfly's Deagle. 16-14, but Fragsters damn near lost that one to insanity right here. Oh, man, what a comeback from Sprout. It's just a shame that it was not to be tonight. So they go down as the anti-victors here in this particular game. So be back after a very short break where we will have our final game of the day. Venatoris taking on Noreg as both teams take their second appearance for tonight's broadcast. If you did enjoy tonight's casting, you can hit the exclamation mark caster command to go follow my personal Twitter. But don't go anywhere, because after this we have our final game of the day. It's Noreg versus Venatoris after this very short break.